Hi, this is 365801 and this is another 1330 manga challenge, and this will be part 3. So as you can see, the one that I want to read first for this video is The Treasure of the King and the Cat. I knew there was a king and a cat in the title, but I didn't know what it was called. This is the Yo Kajika Tokyo Pop title. So I'm going to give this a wee read, or at least I'm going to take it with me and see if I'm going to get any of it read. I've spent some time baking this banana bread because I had these bananas that needed to be made into bread. They were just begging for it. And I have this half eaten. I just, whilst the oven was on, I stuck this thing in. It's like a Christmas croque monsieur type thing, but a Christmassy one. So it's got like chicken and cranberry and bacon and stuff inside. It's dead tasty. And I've also been making some peanut butter cookies along with this banana bread to take as a wee gift. I'm going to go visit my family this evening, probably spend the night, and then come back tomorrow. And tomorrow will actually be the start of my buddy read with Katie. So overlapping videos, maybe. Or this will actually just end up being my buddy read vlog. But yeah, I'm going to leave this banana bread to cool, and then I'm going to go get the bus into town and stay the night at my brother's house. Woo woo! Very excited. So I'm now back in my house. I've had a really good time. I've got not very long. I've got to have a shower and have something to eat, lunch, and then get ready and go to work. So I don't have a lot of time. But I just got in the door. So while I was visiting family, I had a sort of delivery of a box that got delivered to their house. Because they wouldn't deliver to mine, and this one as well. This was in here, so I have this like as a delivery. So this was a box that's not going to be unboxed by me, but I'll show you what was in the box. And then this one, which I need to unwrap. And then when I got in the door, there was two of these envelopes and a box in my my mailbox thing outside. So there's a lot of things. I'm telling you guys, November, I told you, I warned you in the last haul. I said that there was a few things that I'd ordered that were on their way but hadn't arrived yet. So yeah, anyway, there's things to unwrap. So maybe I'll show you what's in this bag. But first I want to say I did read The Treasure of the King and the Cat by Yo Kajika. It's not very BL. If I'm honest, there's almost no BL. There's no bit. It's like maybe people have a bit of a crush on each other and that's it. It's very, very light on the BL and much more on the fantasy side. So I would say this, first and foremost, is a fantasy book with maybe an element of BL, like a slice. That's a little bit of it. It's super cute, and I enjoy fantasy stories, and this one was very beautifully and competently drawn, and the story worked well. It kind of felt like you were just dropped in the middle of it. Like we were supposed to already know who these characters are or were, and I'm wondering if maybe the mangaka has like a social media presence and posted these things. So you get introduced to the Wizard of the Borderlands in this first story, and then it moves on to the Treasure of the King and the Cat. So when you get introduced to the Wizard of the Borderlands, you also get introduced to Prince Folks. Um, Although I didn't actually know he was a prince until the next story when I read that one. And then I was like, huh, what? And then I had to read the back and was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, I'm missing something. Yeah, you didn't read the back at all. Of course, you are missing something. So it really did feel like maybe there's an element of storytelling missing. Um, or maybe it was just the way that the mangaka wanted to tell a story. It was like, you will learn when I'm giving you that information. Be patient. You don't need to know all this straight away. But yeah, the relationship between um folks and in the second story, the king, I didn't actually get until halfway through the story, and I was like, oh okay, and I guess that's when you're supposed to. But yeah, like I said, it was very beautiful, very cute, fun, fantasy, slight mystery, adventure story, and very little BL. Very, very little BL. So I can see why some people, I know they had the opinion that they were like, oh, I'm not really a huge fan of it as a BL. So I can see that now. It's much more fantasy than BL. So yeah, just be warned. But I did enjoy it because I like fantasy. So it was good. It just felt like you were missing the beginning, and then you were like, how these people came to be. You got a little bit of that, but you didn't get the full whack. Like there's still questions to be asked. Like why was he raised by him? Why were the twins separated? What's that all about? Like, we didn't get any of that information. And I'm wondering if there was more to the story by Yo Kajika, or if they had like social media pics of, or something like that they showed other aspects of the story, or if they just didn't. I don't know. I don't know. It felt like there was questions unanswered. So it's not like this is a full, complete, satisfying story, like from beginning to end. It's like a slice of life, day in the life of these characters that you don't get to question. So yeah. Anyway, shall I show you what was in the bag? I'll show you what was in the bag. So while I've got my soup on to boil, oh, that's the thing. I'll show you what I got. There we go. So the first one is Kiss and Tell by Adib Khorram, the author of Darius the Great is Not Okay. Now I really want to read Darius the Great is Not Okay, because a lot of people did say it was quite a good book. But yeah, this one I saw on social media a while ago, picked it up for very, very cheap. So yeah, kind of interested to find out what it's about. I also got, and I didn't realise this, was a hardback, Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. Yeah, I thought this is just a paperback, but it's not hardback. So very nice. I've seen this around. I don't know when this came out. We can probably check. First edition, 2021. Yeah, so it's not been out for terribly long, but I have seen this talked about. Is this one just from last year? Let's see. 2022. Yeah. 21, 22. So a couple of them. I've got one more prose to show. And that is volume 2. I finally got finally got mine. Volume 2 of the Scum Villain Self-Saving System. Mojang Tongju, and yeah, 15.99. So it must have been bought by Waterstones, that's the Waterstones thing, because that's where I got my volume 1 from, and it has the same sticker. And I got this for a good price as well. So I do now have volumes 1, 2, and 4. Well, I have two volumes of volume 1, 2, and 4. I need to get volume 3, and then I can read this all the way through, because it's only the 4 volumes, so it is the easiest one to collect. As I've mentioned before, I have read all of these a few years ago, before Seven Seas got the license, because I didn't think they were going to license Stanmia, so woo woo. Finally reread it again. The next two are Manga, and I'm very excited about this one because in the previous video, link in the corner or below, I read volume 1. So I'm really quick and easy. I can just go straight into volume 2. I know what's the story. I feel like, I literally just read it a few days ago, so it should be fine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is Ayasakyo and a Sublime title, and an Omega verse. So, and it's just the final volume, so you just needed 2. So, started a series, completed a series. Woo! And the last one in this bag is one I'm kind of excited about, and that is I Want to Be a Wall by Honami Shirono, and this is a Yen Press title, volume 1. I know that there's a second volume. I don't know if there's more, but this was so intriguing to me when I heard the premise. It's about an asexual fujoshi I know, who marries a closeted gay man to have sort of like a sham marriage. And I'm like, yes. That premise just sold. So I was really intrigued about it. I really, really want to give this a go. I don't know anything other than that, so I'm interested to find out what I think of it. As someone who is asexual and a BL fan, I was like, hello, representation? What? So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, this is my little stack that was all in one box that got delivered somewhere else so that I could actually get it. Because I did get a bargain for these. I think all together, maybe it was like £15 or something for all of these together. I'd have to check exactly, but I think it's around that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 for about 50 minutes. So, I mean, averaging it out to be really cheap. But I can't remember the exact price. Maybe it was 18 with shipping, something like that. It wasn't a massive amount, but I'll need to check for my haul at the end of the month so I can give the exact prices. But yeah, these are really, really good. But yeah, my soup's probably boiling, so I'm gonna go have something to eat, and then I'll probably have my shower and get dressed and ready for work. I will probably be reading these two next because they're literally right there looking at me going, hey, and I really want to read this one because it's fresh in my mind. And then I will probably read this one as well. So I know I have other things, but like I said, there's a stack here. I'm just going to keep on reading whatever comes in and whatever takes my fancy, and I try and get as much done as possible before the end of November. So I have been reading a couple of new titles. I have actually also been reading my buddy read as well. So technically I've got another 3 to add. But I'm going to keep those separate for just now. Because I'm going to see if I can actually do 30 separate ones. I picked up these 2 very recently, obviously. But I just thought, why not? Because I have already read this first one, it was very straightforward to just go straight into this. go straight into this. I can't say that I probably have very much more to add to this. Other than, obviously the whole thing with the brother is but Rinjaku, who is the alpha, kind of seemed to be so standoffish, and yet at the same time he was quite quick to take him on, and maybe even had liked him from the start anyway. But yeah, it all got resolved. I gotta say though, was it just me? Or did anyone else get slightly creepy vibes from the manager? Should those two go out? Because obviously the brother's creepy, but the manager kind of gave me slightly creepy vibes too. I mean, Rinjaku wasn't exactly the least creepy person either. I mean, maybe it's because of the glasses and you never get to see his eyes, and that's always a sign. But yeah, lots of sex. And it all turned out in the end. I do think it's funny that Renjaku is the kind that's always getting the cutesy sweet like latest ones. So yeah. It was very full of sex. An Omegaverse that was very full of sex. What would I expect? I would expect nothing less from Ayasakyo. So I don't have much more to add other than it concluded the way that I thought it was going to conclude. And it was beautifully drawn. I had her style. They kind of just developed their little relationship the way everything went the way I thought it was going to. And it was a very easy, quick read. A super quick read. Like I flew through this. Mainly because there's a lot of sex. When there's a lot of sex on the page, the reading experience does go fairly quickly because there's only so much you can linger on a page full of sex. There's less dialogue, or more of the same dialogue repeated. So yeah, this was very good. I'm really pleased that I got it, and I'm really pleased that I read it. And sorry, I'm coughing again. Yeah, just enjoyed a nice Omegaverse. I am not feeling great. See my hot water bottle? Nice and furry, keeping me warm. I do think I'm worried that my cough isn't going away yet. I looked online, like, is it like anywhere between up to 8 weeks that you can have a cough still, and hopefully my cough will go eventually. So yeah, anyway, Scattering His Virgin Bloom. It was great. Definitely one I could read and reread. I feel like I could read this and reread this. I wouldn't find anything new about it, but it would be a good time. Because it's Omegaverse. I like Omegaverse. Okay, on to one that I also read, because I just read them both. I have a lot more to say about this. Wow. Wow. So, I heard the premise of this. I Want to Be a Wall, Honami Shirono. And I just knew I wanted to read it. And I just didn't know that I would feel so seen. But then, how many manga are there with asexual Fujoshi as one of the main characters? I mean, not many. I mean, incapable of romantic attraction, asexual, happy as long as her male ship is happy, be a fangirl. I mean, yeah. Is that me on the page? Wow. This was kind of sad too. My goodness, this was sad. This was sad in a lot of ways. I mean, it started off, you get introduced to these two characters. Let me just get their names properly. I don't want to. Gakurota, and Yuriko. Yuriko is when she answers the phone and it's her mum, and I'm just like, oh, this, oh, God, oh, it made me want to do that as well. I just felt like, my God, I felt like part of my soul just died again. And then she's like with the PL, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so me. Like, I feel bad. I need some male romance. I need some BL. And then their interactions, and and when he tells his story, they're super cute. They're super cute. This is forced proximity added with domesticity. I love forced proximity. Love it. And with domesticity, love it. I love a bit of domesticity. The everyday life, people cooking, cleaning, spending time together, having meals together. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Everything about it. It's great. Gay pining to the extreme, to the point where it hurts my soul, gay pining. And you know I love gay pining. And BL discourse and shining a light on the BL fandom as a culture. And I love that too. And so this just has everything and a character that is so very mean. There's just almost every page, every second page, I'm going, oh my god. Like, I couldn't even hold it in. It was just like, my god. Like, this is just, oh, like, I was like, yes, this is great. This is explaining a lot of asexuality and what it means to, like, even holding hands with someone that you're supposed to be, like, maybe on a date with or something. Ooh, ooh. like, like just remembering things makes me like, whoa. Like when she said, you were just, um, even just thinking about it made her feel a bit sick. Oh, yeah. But then that's the thing, if you're holding hands with someone you're comfortable with, it's fine. It's weird, right? It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Yeah. They're super cute. They're super cute. Her friend, the whole story of with the friend, oh, and the ex, oh. And the two of them are just so cute together and trying to make a marriage work, in the sense that, I mean, so many marriages of people I've known, especially the older that they get, the more it's less about the sex and more about the companionship and camaraderie and that and friendship, and that's so much more important. Ugh. But yeah, it was just so wonderful and so lovely, and their backstory just made me so sad, and I was like, oh god, and he can't tell him. Oh, oh, it was so good. It was so good. But then when she was telling her story and how comfortable she is just hanging out with her friend, and then the changes that they went through, and this scene just made me, oof. And the good friend Gil who just, said it's okay. And when she said things like being broken, because she mentioned that it was like, maybe something inside of me is completely broken, and living your life thinking there's something wrong with you, that you're broken for the longest time, is so hard. Oh my god, I love this. And the little BL bits at the end. Oh my god, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect, perfect, perfect. Top manga. I need to get volume 2. I just checked and there is a third volume in Japanese as well. So this is my new baby. Oh, I'll check in when I've read something else, but two very good ones, two very different ones. But yeah, this is woof. Woof. guys, for me. Woof. So good morning. I'm frying up some bacon. Got my coffee here, and I'm gonna have a roll. I don't know what time I want it though. I have made a whole stack of peanut butter cookies to take with me today. Just ignore the washing machine. I am got more. It was too much. It was too many peanut butter cookies. Anyway, I am going to be heading down the road today. So I need to have something to eat first. But I'm probably going to take a couple of books. Let's go and show you the books. So I've got them in this bag. It's still quite dark because it's morning. And I haven't got properly dressed or anything yet. So I'm probably going to take Golden Sparkle. I don't really need to because I have read it before, but I haven't read this version. But I know I would enjoy this on the bus because I'm going down to Glasgow, so I'll probably get there around 4ish. Moon and Sun, this I got at the beginning of the month, but I haven't read it yet, and this is volume 1. There's 2 volumes. Starting another series. So yeah, I kind of want to read this one. It's an easy one to start because it's a volume 1. And then also this one, I think Our Son is Gay. It's a nice thin one, so it's not too bad as well. So yeah, there are 3 things I'm going to take with me and probably going to see if I can read on the bus. I also have a huge stack of digital manga to read through NetGalley. There are arcs, a big stack of them, I think maybe around 10 or something, so I need to read them as well. So I'm going to be reading them as well. I don't know if I'll be counting them. I might do a separate video and not talk about them in this one, although I will fingers crossed be able to get my 30 and 30 physicals done by the end of the month. I'm not too sure because, like I said, I'm going down today. I'll take you along with me, and I'll be back either Monday or Tuesday. Then I'm working, and I've got an appointment, doctors, and it's only 30 days. So, like, how many days left? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday, isn't it? That Thursday's like the 30th. So I've got a bit of time to get this done. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I didn't think it was going to be that tricky, but it's got quite busy just now. So I spent yesterday making cookies and cleaning my house and working. So anyway, I'm going to go have something to eat and I'll take you along with me when I travel down to Glasgow. So I am back in my house now. It's Tuesday and no, I did not vlog a lot. I was helping with a house move and I went to IKEA and I finally had IKEA food I've never had before. It was great. And then I travelled back up last night to Inverness and it was horrendous. The travel was terrible. Of course, it was pitch black because it's after 3:30 in the afternoon. Everything is just dark by then. And there was a big crash on the motorway. So, unfortunately, I was stuck in traffic for an extra extra hour and a half, so it took over 5 hours to get from Glasgow to Inverness. And by then I just was like, I'm going to stay with family. I'm not going to go home. One, because the road was closed. It was just like everything went wrong. Anyway, so yeah, I took this with me and I was so busy for a very short period. I mean, I only went, when did I go down? Saturday, and I'm back today and it's Tuesday morning. So yeah, I have not read any of these. I've been a bit busy, and the ones that I did read were the digital ones that I mentioned. So I'll have to do a little video reviewing those ones because they were digital arcs. There's a few other digital arcs that I need to read. So technically, what was it? One, I need to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. One of them I was just like not having a good time, so I didn't really enjoy it. So I mean, I have read another 4. So I'm thinking, how many have I done for this video? And I actually can't remember because I'm gonna have to go through what I've read. But yeah, so I do think if I read these, I can probably get them done. Today's what, the 28th? So I can maybe read these tonight. And then I've got tomorrow and the next day. So I've got a few. And a parcel arrived. But I'm gonna go make something to eat. I'm not feeling 100%. But I do know that I need to eat something. I'm waiting for the guy to come to do my boiler. And then I'll open this one as well. But I'll probably open this one for my other video, which is the buddy read, because I suspect what's in here may be what I ordered. So yeah, that'll probably be for the buddy read. So I'm going to go make a sandwich or something for lunch. I'll check in when I've actually read something. I haven't read, I know, physically I have not read anything more. So yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll open this up and get my sandwich. So if you have watched or will watch my buddy read, I have completed 4 volumes of the buddy read. And these are the 3 that were in my bag and I still haven't read yet because I've just been busy. So I focused on that and I have read 3 previous ones. So I need to now read these 3 today because it is the 30th. So if I want to include these 4, then I've read 7 and this would be 8, 9 and 10. Which I might end up doing because this is quite a lot. But otherwise I would need to read 7 volumes. I don't know if I could do that into just one day because I also wanted to do other things. I've got like videos to make and I've got my haul to film and I was gonna go to the shops and pick up some things. I have plenty of food to eat. So yeah, I might be reading one of these and checking in with you very soon. I might just do as a reading day and film everything and edit the stuff tomorrow. Do you think? I might just do that. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on eating and I will read one of these. I think I'll start with like the Okura one, just because it's thinner. Maybe it's faster. So yeah, I'll check in with you in a bit. So I have now finished I Think Our Son is Gay. While I'm trying to edit, it's not going great. Hence the reason why I was able to just read this. Quite the thing. I need to take the sticker off. This is nice. It's the first volume of Square Enix. Now, Square Enix don't produce a lot of manga, and manga that I would be interested in, there's only these 2 titles. I Think Our Son is Gay and Cherry Magic. Those are the only 2 Square Enix ones that I'm interested in collecting or reading. This is by Okura, who also did That Blue Sky Feeling, which is not a favourite of mine. For various reasons, but yeah, thoughts and feelings were had. This is a second-hand copy, so it's a little bit like bowing at the bottom, but it's still in pretty good nick, and I got it for a really good price, like £3 something. So I'll take it, especially because a couple of times I've tried to buy this series and the sales have fallen through, which is weird. So I think it's got 4 volumes out just now. Is it complete at 4 volumes? Is it a 5th volume in Japan? I don't know. I was reading this and I was wondering, who's this for? who's the intended audience? And I was like, oh, is it for the dad who makes obtuse comments and maybe he can learn something from viewing this dynamic? And then I kept seeing some of the words that the mother said in bold, and then they were kind of like the impactful statements. There was no subtlety in the messages being portrayed. So I thought, oh, maybe it's for the mums who are suspicious of their child being gay and what that might mean. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized, no, it's for the son who is gay. This is a story that's for that person and anyone else who has empathy. But it really is for them to be able to see those thoughts and words coming from a mother figure or a family member, because they might not have had that. So it's really important. There was the bit where they show when she comes to the realization that this is the case, and you're like, oh, she's got it. She's putting some pieces together. She's putting 2 and 2, making 4. And then when she discusses it with her husband, without actually discussing it, she says in very big bold, no, never mind, sorry, nothing's the matter with him. And she's looking dead straight ahead. So it was at this point, I'm like, oh, okay. This is very much for, hey, you, the son who is gay. There is nothing the matter with you. And you're a member of this family and we love you. And this is what you should be hearing from your own mother. And I just felt like, oh God, that's like a gut punch. That is a gut punch. Because this is not something that everyone gets. And so I do think this is important. Yeah. It was a lovely, cute, funny, sweet, wonderful. And I do think the dad's going to have to get a kick up the butt at some point to stop putting his fucking foot in his mouth, because he's gonna regret saying these things when he finds out. So there's going to be regret there. And then there's going to be hurt and there's going to be anger, because men can't deal with anything other than anger, because that's where they usually go. Because if they're actually sad or hurt or upset, they get angry. And then they're going to get angry and it's like, well, why didn't you tell me? I wouldn't have upset you if I knew, you know, that kind of stuff. Oh, you just know it. You just know it. They're just like, I'm totally invested in this family dynamic. So yeah, this was 2019, but it was actually published 2021 by Square Enix. And I will now need to, I've now started collecting another series, and I will need to get the rest of it. It was very, very good and very sweet. And I think my favourite character is Yuri, is it? The younger brother, who comes out with some great stuff. And if he was asexual, wouldn't mind that either. Absolutely love that. The fact that he's like, I'm not interested in romance. Is there a problem with that? It's like, yes. Absolutely great. He seems like an absolutely fantastic character. So yeah, the mum is obviously a favourite, and the 2 boys are just great. So the dynamic between them is just fantastic. So yeah, I will continue trying to edit, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get one done, and continue reading, and I will probably go on to this one, which would be a kind of reread, but a kind of first read, because I've read it on Futekia multiple times, so I know the story, but I haven't actually read the Sublime version, so it'll be a comfort read in that respect. But it is almost 2:30, and I probably need some food as well, so I might put something in the oven, and then hopefully it'll be ready by the time I've read a bit more and edited a bit more. So it's a little bit later, so it's not even that late. It's like 4 or something. So it's dark. So that's what it's like in Scotland. I made some patatas bravas, which is like Spanish potatoes with some salad and chicken, and I've got some beetroot and a wee sprinkle of cheese. So I'm gonna have that. It's gonna be delicious because I've already had a wee taste and it is delicious. It kind of makes me think I want to go on holiday to Spain. I am very, very close to finishing this. It feels like a reread to me because I know the story and I've read it multiple times. So yeah, Minta Suzumaru Minta and Golden Sparkle is lovely. It's sweet and cute, and high school first romances, very naive, but in physical form, which is nice because Suzumaru Minto just has a nice art style, nice storytelling, and it's nice to have one from Sublime and one from Seven Seas. I just feel like quite happy if we can get some more as well. But yeah, quite happy to read it in Futekia first, and then see what we like, and then have them come in physical form. That's okay by me. So yeah, I will finish this. I will eat something first, and then I will finish this. And my video is exporting, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it does all the way, and I can upload that for my Patreons. And I will move on to my next read after. I've managed to get my video edited and exported, and I'm now uploading it. Although I probably won't do the thumbnail, so I probably won't put it onto my Patreon just yet. Maybe tomorrow. But I have had a bath and put some pajamas back on, and Tsumasaki ni Korozu has been read. It's very nice and pretty. It is. But this like main story, nothing happens. I mean, a uni student takes an assistant job, falls in love with the boss, confesses, quits, then returns, and it's mutual, so they stay together. That's it. Nothing, there's no sense of conflict, there's no tension whatsoever. It is so soft and so gentle and so nothingness. It's like, it's kind of like, what's the point? But the other stories are much more, I mean, it's beautiful, it's absolutely stunning, and I love all of the little details. It's super cute. Like, here you have the numbers, and there's like little mushrooms. So cute. So I really like that about this. Like, the art is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there's this little short at the end, which isn't really. And then these lovely drawings, like all of the drawings of the animals and the plants. So wonderful. Mushrooms galore. It's very cottagecore. But this first one is a kind of nothingness story. There's not really much. Nothing really happens. But the other ones are kind of supernatural. There's one about the fish, which are kind of like people's souls, that float around when they're asleep, which was great. I loved it. It was childhood sort of friends to lovers. Love that, with a wee bit of a supernatural element and a cute little after story as well, and all of these little things in between. Oh, they're so cute. And then this other one at the end, which was about like a fox spirit, and grief, and just nothing much happened there either, but it was like a fox spirit, so I'm like giving it more points. Especially when it's like right at the end, you're like, oh, this is cute, and he's drying his hair, and then he turns into a little fox and just curls up to go to sleep. It's so cute. So yeah, the supernatural ones are much more my taste, because I do like some supernatural, and it's very much like Aki Aoi's other one, which was Entangled with You, 100 Grasses, was that it? So that was obviously very similar in the fact that everything's very lush and well drawn and very nice, but also had a bit of supernatural element to it as well. This one I liked a lot. I even liked this first one where nothing much happened. It was just easy peasy to read and very soft and slow and gentle. Yeah. It was like a meringue, like there's not much to it, but it's usually quite nice with other flavors. So yeah, I guess this is technically this is technically number 10 of my physical, because I did read the four June manga titles as well for my buddy read, and then the 2 that I just read before this, and the 3 that I read before that. So yeah, but I'll have to actually put them all together and check. But it is getting on a bit late. It's like, I think it's just around half 9, 10ish, something like that. So I'm probably not going to be reading too much more this evening, and it is the 30th. So I have managed to do 30 physical, but I will show you all that in the morning when I had a bit of a snooze. So yeah, and check actually exactly. I will read one more. I might go to bed and read this. It's only one volume, it's the start. I need to get volume 2. So yeah, we'll see if I can read some of this, but that would be an extra. And I have read several digital titles as well, but I will have reviews of them in another video. So yeah, I will see you in the morning with probably a cup of tea. I have now finished all of the titles. I did start this, but I'm just a little bit in the way. I ended up going to sleep though. This is my wrap up of the ones I read for this video, which does complete my 1330, although these 4 are in a separate video because that was my buddy read with Katie. And 4 volumes is pretty fine. I'm just going to add them in. It's okay. So yeah, I'm with a very busy last 10 days of November, with a trip to a family member and then another trip to a different family member. It was a lot. It was a lot, and lots of baking. I made 2 batches of peanut butter cookies and a banana bread, and I was working and I had like hospital appointments and stuff. It was a lot. And I was reading male romance as well, so I did actually end up reading quite a lot of stuff. That video is probably to come. I don't know when it'll come. It's been a video I've been working on for a long time. So, and I also read some digital manga as well that I need to do a video on because I need to do the reviews. I'm so behind on my arcs. It's really bad. I always feel like I'm trying to catch up, and I don't know why. I should just enjoy myself. Does anyone ever feel that? Like, oh my god, I have to do this. The 1330 is more for my own sense of, like, you set yourself a goal and you need to at least make an attempt to try and achieve that goal, because your other goals are not going to happen. So yeah, this is what I read. I Think Our Son is Gay, Volume 1 by Okura. I Want to Be a Wall, Volume 1, Honami Shirono. The Treasure of the King and the Cat by Yo Kajika. Tsumasaki ni Korozu is Aki Aoi, Then Only the Flower Knows, Rikito Takarai, including At the Flower Capital, Golden Sparkle by Suzumaru Minta, and Scattering His Virgin Bloom Volume 2, Aya Sakyo. So those are the 10 that I read in the final 10 days of my own little 1330. Shay and Izzy and Ashley and Brie, they usually do their 1330. The next time they do, I will definitely be taking part. Hopefully I will achieve it this time properly, because in September I did get quite ill and I only managed like half, which I was disappointed at because I had so many titles. And of course, my goal of reading what I purchase in 2023 to read it in 2023 is a big goal for me. And so with the big haul that is November, it's a massive haul. I feel like I did really well in purchasing things that I wanted to read and that I liked, and also reading them. That's the main thing. But yeah, when it comes to things like this is a volume 1. I have no excuse not to read this in December to try and get it read. There are ones that are like a volume 7. I can't read volume 7 of Sasaki Miyano or Cherry Magic if I don't have the volumes beforehand. So I don't feel bad about not reading them. It's ones like this and I'm like, you have no excuse, get it read. So this is like the priority for the rest of the year. I don't have a set TBR. I just want to try and get my arcs read. I want to read, this book I got from the library, I need to read. And I have, just read my arcs and read my purchases. Those are the things. And read this book before I have to take it back. Because it's like a new release, you only get like a week to read it, rather than the 2 weeks that you usually get. So I've had to renew it already. So yeah, I need to read this. It's the fourth in a series, and I just think, but it's really thick, and I can't get hold of the audiobook. I might just purchase it. I've got credits just to make it easier for myself because I do enjoy listening to the audiobook version when I'm reading them, and that's what I've been doing. So I might do that actually. I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, get rid of my TBR from 2023 is my goal for December as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of traveling and a lot of really good ones. Check out the buddy read video that I did with Katie. It's kind of in two parts. There's like this one and then this one because this one arrived. But yeah, and I totally forgot that this was what I read in this video because it's the first one I read, and it feels like ages ago. It feels like a month ago, and it's only like, I don't know, like 10 days. Oh my god. Oh dear. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed going through my unread, my TBR, and hopefully you found something that you are interested in. I'd love to know your thoughts on some of these. I don't know which one's my favorite. Even At the Flower Capital, Golden Sparkle, I Want to Be a Wall. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be really hard come the end of the year when I have to like do like picking favorites and things like that. It's going to be tricky this year because I've read a lot of great manga, and I do think this is a lot of great manga. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed yourself watching this. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.